Have fun.
Okay, thanks. Sorry? You need water?
No, I'm fine.
Can you get water, please?
No, I'm fine. I'm actually fine there.
You sure?
I should never bring it because I'm
Yeah. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I've got my friend Sarah with me today.
I'm just looking at the camera like.
So most of you probably know Sarah already because I said to her like.
Apparently I'm bait. I'm not bait. I'm Sarah Alonge.
Yeah, but you know a lot of people.
Okay, hi.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh gosh.
What you do?
So hi, my name is Sarah. I have a blog, actually.
Yes.
I started my blog called Real Talk with Sarah Alonge, which can be found at sarahallonge.com.
I'll put the details of that in the description.
Yeah, so it's basically like a lifestyle blog. I also run a company called Alonge Designs. And my day-to-day, I'm a policy advisor, so that's kind of Sarah in a hat.
Okay, that's good. So in regards to like your lifestyle blog, what kind of things do you explore in that?
To be honest, I started my blog about 2 years ago after like quite a bad public breakup. So it was more around how I was dealing with it, but it was a blog about like real life and God and healing, and then it kind of expanded to other things. So I've touched on things like, you know, being a woman in Britain, you know, being a black woman. I've touched on things like body image, so that's the place that hooked us up. And then I talk a lot about relationships and just day-to-day life as well, so that's my blog.
Okay, so you should definitely check it out. I'll put the details in the description box and definitely follow her on Instagram for that as well. So going on from what you said about body image, so I came across Sarah's Instagram page because I saw a post. I don't know whether it was like on the discovery page or
Probably
something. Yeah, so I saw a post. Yeah, it was definitely a discovery page.
Can I just say I was following Ore before that?
Really?
So, yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Whatever.
I had heard of you before actually, through, you know, people who I knew that you know as well. And then on that day I was just looking at a discovery page and I saw a post where it was like a before and after. So a picture of Sarah before and a picture of her after, and then underneath was a really, I guess, eye-catching caption, and she was talking about how she felt in regard to in both pictures, so how she had felt in both pictures. Do you want to talk a bit?
Yeah, so long story short, so the first picture, it was a picture of me being slimmer, and the second picture was a picture of me now, and I basically spoke about how, you know, in the first picture I'd lost a lot of weight, and I thought that would make me like the happiest person, but that was probably the saddest time in my life. And I think it was the saddest time because of what I was going through, but then also because there isn't security in trying to change things about you externally. And then the second picture, the latter picture, was a picture of me now where I'd put on weight, and, you know, one day I woke up, I was just like, well, okay, you need to get this weight under control. But I was so happy. Like, in terms of I was happy, you know, in myself, like I was just a happier person. And normally you see before and after pictures, and the person before is like, oh, you know, like, you know, really big, and afterwards they've lost lots of weight and they're talking about how great they are, which is great. But for me, it was less about how I looked visually, but how I was internally, like how I felt. And, you know, yeah, that was basically it.
Yeah, I think that really attracted me to her page and to her because I, as most of you know, I've obviously shared my weight loss journey over time, and I think that,
which is great,
again, yeah, thanks. It's, you know, it's all good and well to, you know, I guess lose weight and get to your target and stuff, but I was at a point where even when I reached out to Sarah, I was saying that I feel like where I want to be in terms of internally is where she's at, where she's happy with her weight, and me losing weight did not help me, you know, gain more confidence or be more bolder, because even now I'm, you know, just, I guess, being vulnerable, I'm still quite insecure in some certain areas even after losing weight. And speaking to so many people who have been on a weight loss journey as well, they would say things like, when I was big, you know, I would eat what I want and be happy, but I was happy in myself because I was like, you know what, this is me, kind of thing. And then when they got to the place where they lost weight, they felt so like, oh my gosh, like, am I going to put on more weight? Do people still like me?
Really conscious,
conscious. So, and this topic is actually leading a lot of people into depression and like mental problems, because we all feel like, well, not all, let me not generalize it, but a lot of people feel like because of the way I look, nobody's gonna love me. Because of the way I look, nobody's gonna accept me for who I am. And I feel sometimes that's kind of where I'm at. Like, you know, when I was big, I was like, I'm not gonna get a boyfriend. What do we do about that? How do we get ourselves to a point where we're just we want to lose weight to be healthy. That's all good and well, but health is not about just a physical
at all. That
mental, emotional, emotional stability, mental stability. How do we what do we do to get ourselves?
You know what's funny? Today I was thinking, because as much as I'm at a point now where I'm like, okay, I'm happier internally, there are days, especially, I know men might be watching this, when you're coming on your period, and then you think, like I'm so fat, and oh my gosh, like nothing fits, and oh this is changed, and you just feel a certain type of way. And one thing I've learned, and I had to do, and I was really intentional about it, was watch what I said to myself. Because like, I believe so strongly in the power of the tongue. Like, sorry, I can't help but bring the Bible into
yes,
it's
of course.
It's just how I am.
Yeah.
But the Bible says the power of life and death is in the tongue.
Yeah.
So if I keep speaking negative things over myself, be it about my weight, be it about anything, then that's what's going to manifest. Even if it actually doesn't manifest, like in terms of everyone else, to me, that's exactly how it's going to be.
Yeah.
It got to a point where like I would even order clothes that were far too big for me, because I was just like, yeah, so you are a house. Like, oh my God, obviously, like, that's just how it was, And this was what's so funny is, I promise you, what's so funny is, this was when I was smaller. This was when I was significantly smaller. Like, the clothes that I ordered then that were too big for me is what I wear now, and I'm kind of like, no, but you were a good 2 stone smaller. Like, I don't understand how you thought.
It's a mental image, isn't it?
It's definitely a mental image.
Because I feel someone said to me a few months back that she felt that I had body dysmorphia, because sometimes what I say to myself or what I say about myself is like, oh, we don't see what you see.
Yeah.
But I think it's if you have a good mental image of yourself, no matter what weight you're at, whether you lose weight or not, like, you won't have a problem. But if you have that constant mental image of, I'm too big, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, and as you said, you start saying those things to yourself, you actually become those things. 100%. And it stops you from just even being happy. And I feel like being happy is such a big thing. And like, there's a line in my blog post that I love, because I wrote a blog post around body image after that picture, because a lot of people like reached out to me about it, and I wrote a blog post, and that was probably the second most read blog post that I've written. Wow.
And like, literally, I remember in the first day I got like hundreds of views, and I was kind of like, whoa, like, this is actually a thing people like want to talk about. But one of the lines I said, I was like, you have to love yourself whether the zip goes up or not. Because sometimes it's try to, if you ask yourself why you lost weight, yes, health was a big part of it, but then you started to notice that, okay, there's other positive effects that can come, and I think that comes a lot from society. And then you look at like relationships and stuff, and then like you go from losing it because of health to losing it because of someone else.
Right, yeah.
And people are fickle. They're like, if it's for a person, and all of a sudden that person like
is no longer in your life anymore.
It's like, why did I do this for?
I think you're so right in the sense that it's society, and it's something that me and my friends have been talking about for so long. It's all this Instagram, Facebook, Twitter image of this person looks a certain way. So I'm not going to name this particular person, but there's currently someone quite big on social media who's lost loads of weight. Through a particular diet, and everyone's like, let me jump on that diet because she's doing that diet and I want to look like that. And okay, so when you look like that, while blow, what's gonna happen?
What's next?
Yeah,
like what's the next step? 100%.
And this is why I always say, because I run an accountability program, I say to the clients, like, don't join this program and try to lose weight because you want to look a certain way. Do you know why? Because when you do lose the weight, what's going to happen next? You're going to go back to eating the way you used to eat,
100.
and then you're going to regain the weight. Then you're going to hate yourself again, and then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so fat. How did I regain the weight? Especially if you've been sharing it on social media, you're going to be like, how am I going to tell everyone else that I gained weight?
No, definitely. And I think it's crazy because like with me, when I lost all of the weight, I managed to actually keep it off for a long time, and then something happened that made me lose weight really quickly, and then all of a sudden like I was eating so much. Sometimes you have a relationship with food that you didn't know you had. Like literally, it got to a point that not even my mum could correct me. It was like, leave her, she's happy. Food is one of those weird things. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because if you do not deal with the problems internally before you go on this weight loss journey, all of it is fickle.
It is.
Like there's no point doing it. Like, it's good to be healthy, but your physical health is just as important as your mental health, and it's just as important as your spiritual health. For me, body image encapsulates so much more than what people see. Like, what do people see when they see you? What do you see when you see yourself? But also, going back to the words, body image is also what you hear when you hear yourself speak about you. So when I speak to Ora now, if Ora is every minute is complaining, all I'm going to hear is that, and I'm going to be thinking,
is it every day?
Is it every day? Do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
it's like, people don't realise that it's more than just what you look like on the outside, but what's actually coming out of you.
Yeah.
And that's unattractive to the opposite sex as well.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I think it comes from this whole what we think guys like.
Yeah.
You know. And I'm gonna probably get a video with a guy in it just to kind of see what is it that guys like. Is it true that guys don't like big girls? Is it true that they only like thick, slim? Is it true that, you know, they just want Kim Kardashian?
There's
like,
a guy for everyone.
Exactly.
And you know, sometimes people say, oh, you're just picky. I'm not picky, babes. There's a guy for everyone.
Yes.
Like, you know, and
come on, we want to hear it.
It's just this whole like social media thing. Not going into it too much, but like we've actually robbed ourselves big time of just being authentic. Like, you know, I've been with a guy before who doesn't actually like bigger girls. So part of me was kind of like, oh my gosh, like, what you do with me, whatever. Yeah. But what like attracted him to me was more like me as a person.
Yeah.
And like, because I'm pretty. So,
okay.
You know, the prettiness kind of helped.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like fit, but then he became attracted to me physically.
Yeah.
Now obviously that's kind of like an anomaly. It's not really like what happens all of the time, but it just goes to show you that even if what people see physically is the first thing, it's not the only thing they see. Like, if you do not have substance, that's another thing. But if you're really insecure, like, it's not even fair being in a relationship anyway. And sometimes, like, the reason why a lot of girls are like, oh, I couldn't get a guy when I was bigger, now when I'm slimmer I can't get a guy. No, it's because you are slimmer, you've done something great. It's a great accomplishment. You can't even recognize how hard you worked because you're so stuck in that past person. Like, I was so stuck in that past person. Like, it got to a point where I would look at myself and be like, oh, so this is me after losing 3 stones. What? That means before I was huge. Like, as opposed to saying, wow, Sarah, like, you've lost 3 stones. You've done well. Because I was always comparing myself to someone else. Like, I wasn't born with a booty. No matter how many squats I do, unfortunately, my bum's not going to look like Kim Kardashian's. No. Kim Kardashian's bum doesn't even look like Kim Kardashian's.
That's going to
say.
You know, previously I would say that I was at a stage where I used to be like, I don't celebrate the progress that I've made. And it's, again, because I didn't deal with the other issues that aren't really there. And it's because of the fact that we look at what, I guess, other girls on Instagram or on social media who have boyfriends or whatever, and we think, okay, that's what guys want. So therefore we go to the gym and it's funny because a lot of personal trainers will probably tell you that, when they're training people, they're like, what do you want to look like? They'll bring you a picture of somebody from Instagram. They'll bring a picture of Kim Kardashian, they'll bring a picture of, and the funny thing is, you don't know what those people do to get that body.
All the surgery.
You don't know all the surgery. You don't actually know the work that goes into that. And I feel like guys, a mature guy anyway, a guy who knows what he really wants, you know, where he's really going, will want a woman who is all rounded everywhere. So it's not just weight, because nice car, nice body, nice house, no substance, trash. Because at the end of the day, if we're talking about long term, expired, you're cancelled, mate. I feel like at the end of the day, as Christians, we're looking at long-term relationship. We're not talking about boyfriend, girlfriend, 3 months here, 6 months there. We're talking long-term. Long-term, I'm not going to be my size forever. I'm going to carry children. I'm not going to stay the same, right? So are you going to love me through that? Or are you going to turn around and be like, babe, sorry, but you look kind of big? 100.
So, but it's easier, I think, for a guy to love you through that if you love yourself through that.
Yes.
So if you can't even like love yourself through, and I'm saying this, when I'm saying you, I'm talking to myself, because even not today, I think it was this week, I just kind of felt like, oh, like, Sarah, come on now, you know. But then it's like, the moment those thoughts come, I have to speak opposite, or I have to speak what I want to say, or I have to say, okay, Sarah, all right, you know, you started this healthy living only a few months ago. Like, last week was a really good week, you know, you did what you needed to do. Okay, you've had one bad day, it's not the end of the world, let's carry on. Whereas before I'll just be like, there's no hope, I should have appreciated my body when I was slimmer, like, you know, because you go through so many different things.
It's definitely not like you're not always constantly on a high, like, okay, I'm happy, I'm, you know, proud of myself and stuff. There are times where I look at myself after my weight loss and I'll be like, alright, you're just so fat, like, just look at your body, just look. And that's not, it already in itself, as Sarah said, like, you're speaking it to yourself.
And it manifests.
And it's obviously, the Bible talks about out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So that's obviously what I feel already about myself.
Funny story, so when I was when I lost weight the first time, I broke up with my ex. It wasn't like revenge body or anything. It was more like the doctor told me I needed to lose weight. I needed to cut out dairy. No, he told me I needed to cut out dairy. It wasn't a revenge body. I had to cut out dairy. So naturally, when you cut out dairy, I had to cut out dairy completely. So all those stupid cakes, the cow's milk, all that, I couldn't consume it, and I was juicing a lot, and I lost a lot of weight, and I liked what I saw, so I carried on. And then I probably a year into it, I got back with the ex that I broke up with, and he was with me when I was bigger, he was with me when I was smaller, so I already knew it had nothing to do with the weight loss, it was just more like me. And I remember over Christmas time, you eat and whatever, and I put on a bit of weight over Christmas, and I pressured him. Poor guy, I pressured him so much to tell me that I put on weight. I was like, no, don't you think I put on weight? And he was like, oh, I don't know. I was like, no, but can't you see it? Like, don't you pay attention to me? Like, why can't you see it? And the guy's probably thinking, all right, whatever I say, I'm not gonna get a good answer. Then he finally says, oh yeah, a bit. I was like, a bit? And you couldn't tell me. And I literally, I attacked him, and I literally, didn't speak to him for a few hours, which is long in a relationship. A few hours is a long time. And afterwards, when I came to my senses a bit, I was like, oh, I'm really sorry. And he was like, do you know what, Sarah, don't ever talk to me about your weight again. I'm actually done. Because you push your negativity about yourself onto the people you care about.
You have to get to a point where you're like, do you know what, I'm happy with myself. I will not be slim all the time. I may not have the body that I want to be at all the time, because life happens, man. Life happens. We gain, we lose, and gaining weight is not necessarily a bad thing. You can be bigger and as Sarah said, and happier and comfortable in yourself. As long as you're happy, that's what's more important.
But I think you have to get to a point that no matter what, you're just content. And I say that because I don't think you should ever be happy and unhealthy. I think there's a point where you have to get the line. And when I say, for me, I love myself so much now that I'm like, okay, Sarah, no, it's okay. That cheesecake doesn't need you. No, you don't need that cheesecake. But that's a kind of love that I have for myself now, that it helps me to make better decisions. And for me personally, that's more important, because then the body is a byproduct of a happier you, as opposed to your happiness being a byproduct of a slim body. It doesn't work like that. Like I said, your body will change through whatever. Someone could, God forbid, get sick today. They put them on steroids. It happened to my friend. They put her on steroids for whatever. It was even the wrong thing. They put her on, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna put on weight." She put on a lot of weight, And then you have people who they may put you on something and you lose lots of weight, and you're gassed because in your mind you've made this association that being slimmer is happier.
Yes.
But your happiness, everything you are, has to be a byproduct of your happiness.
The point of doing a fitness journey, you're not enjoying it.
Because
this is a lifelong thing. It's forever.
100%.
I can't be depressed forever because I'm upset that I'm not there yet, and I will continue to be depressed until I get there. And then what happens when I get there? I just go back to doing the things I used to do, and then get back to, it's like a cycle,
Definitely. I would say the most important thing is to let go of things. So whatever baggage you're holding, it could be something that someone said to you, something someone's done to you. You need to let go of it. Once you do that, I think the next thing then is being very mindful and praying about it. I'm the kind of person that I pray, but faith without works is 100% dead. And you have to have the faith for it. So a practical thing that I did was I started to go to the gym. And that actually helped. And I think because I placed an expectation on my action, it wasn't just, I was going to the gym to lose weight and I'm going to look like this, because you have that unrealistic thing that if I go to the gym for 1 month I'm going to lose 5 stones. It's never going to happen, babe. But so my expectation was, I'm going to the gym and I'm going to be happier today, and it actually happened. And the last thing, which was so important, is don't allow what other people say to validate you. It's one thing for someone who you care about to say something to you, and it's okay, you care about their opinion, but their opinion shouldn't validate you, even if their opinion is good. So someone's always telling me, oh, so you look good, and that's my validation. What happens today they tell me that I look bad? Do you know what I mean? Or vice versa.
Just because other people are saying, oh yeah, do this, do that, gym wise, be on it all the time, don't allow that to put pressure on you. Take your time in it, because it's health and wellness, so it's all rounded, it's everything all in one. So it's your mental, and your mental is actually more important. They say things like mind over matter, or the body follows where the mind goes. So your mind really has to be right. If your mind is not right, then your body's not going to go there anyway, because maybe you can push your body a bit and say, oh yeah, I'll do it, but then one day it's going to crash, because you got to have your mind in the right place. And again, having your mind in the right place and loving yourself helps you to realize that even when I hit my goal, I'm still going to go to the gym.
Definitely.
Not because, you know, I want to go further in terms of my weight loss or, you know, my strength journey.
There.
It's because I know that I want happy hormones to be released. So I know that I want to be healthy overall. So just love you first, you know, allow
100%.
God's love to really radiate in your own life in order for you to be able to then be like, you know, I'm secure in me. You know, I'm secure
and
in
also
what
for
I
you
feel
to
myself.
receive love. You know, when we first started this conversation, we were speaking about some people, like the poll you did on Instagram, about some people think they're not going to find love because of the way that they look. The reality is, if your focus isn't about what other people are going to think or whatever, then you can truly focus on yourself. You can truly focus on making yourself a better person. Stop chasing other people's happiness.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Like, it has to be yours, and it has to be something that is like, okay, all right, like you said before, if I get to that stage, and then what? If there's still a yearning or desire, then you probably did all of that for the wrong reasons. So it has to be your happiness that you chase and not someone else's. And someone else's can also be a guy's. That don't lose weight for a guy.
No, don't. If he loves you for who he should love you through every season, and you know, that's something that, you know, as I guess a single woman, even if you're married, like, God, allow him to love me through every season, but allow myself to love myself through every season, because I'm not always going to look my best. I'm a work in progress. Like, I'm sure we're not all perfect, but we're getting there one day at a time. But make intentional changes every day. But yeah, thank you for tuning in and watching us, and I really hope that you learned something. Make sure you check out Sarah's blog. Make sure you follow her on Instagram. I put all the details down and stuff. And I would definitely say, if you don't already have your own daily confessions or whatever, check out her daily affirmations and use that to start and get yourself to a place where you're confident and bold in yourself. But yeah, thank you very much.
Make sure you subscribe to our channel too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, subscribe to my channel. Have a great week, guys, and God bless.
God bless.